Hello and welcome to City Beat. I'm your host Greg from the Lewiston City Library. Joining me today is ErinWallace, Adult Services Librarian, also from the Lewiston City Library. Welcome.
Thank you for having me today.
It's great to have you on the show today.
Yeah.
Sounds like there's some kind of new, exciting, cool things that maybe not everybody knows about at the library right now.
Yes.
So what are we going to talk about today?
Yeah, I'm jazzed to be here. Thank you again. I'm excited to talk about a couple online resources that we're currently offering. A few that are new, Overdrive that's a little older, but some great resources that the library has that everyone might not quite know about. So thought we'd touch on that a little bit. You know, what we hear in the library is sometimes people come in for the first time or they've been there a couple times and they don't know what we offer all the time. So this is a great opportunity to come in here and share and talk a little bit about some of the services. I'm going to focus on 3 online services that we offer. One is called Freegal, which is a music service. Another is Flipster, which is a digital magazine service. And I'll talk a little bit about Overdrive that I think probably most people are aware of. But again, always good to kind of remind people what we're offering, what we're doing, and that's focusing on audiobooks, digital audiobooks, and ebooks. So wanted to, talk about that.
Well, that's great because I think a lot of people still may have the misconception that libraries are only books,
Right.
And there's so much that the library offers that isn't on a shelf. You don't see it physically, so
Right.
it's great.
It's a good connection people make, library and books, absolutely. But we have so many services and programs that are going on, and as you know, the library's pretty busy, got lots of things happening. So you're exactly right, just to be able to have this opportunity to talk about, highlight a few of those services that we have.
And one of the newest ones that I'm really super excited about too, and I've been using, is Freegal. So why don't we talk a little bit about Freegal this morning?
Freegal is a free music lending service. You're able to download music or stream music online. You access it through our library website, and where to even start? Freegal is massive. It offers over 9 million songs that a patron has access to by logging in with their library card. I have a few slides that I brought that'll kind of show what the interface looks like. This first slide here is lewistonlibrary.org and how you would access Freegal by clicking on our digital media site. Once you've done that, there's 2 pictures here. The top screen shows that that's what Freegal looks like, and I have an arrow that shows the login. You put your library card number in there, and then that bottom screen shows what the interface looks like. Again, it's a free music lending site, so it offers over 9 million songs. There's 28,000 record labels that are participating in Freegal. I've been listening this week to Carrie Underwood's new album and have really enjoyed that. There's music from Johnny Cash, Barbra Streisand, Yo-Yo Ma. I mentioned Carrie Underwood. As a patron of Lewiston City Library, you log into the site. You have up to 3 hours of streaming, up to 3 hours of streaming opportunity to listen to the music, up to 3 downloads a week. So once the streaming, you just have access to and can listen to that music for up to 3 hours, full album, songs, searched by genre. With the downloads, you have the ability to download 3 songs a week, and once you download that music, it's yours. You can play with that. You can save it you can burn it to a CD. You can save it to your own music library. It's yours. Like I said, it's yours to keep. It's pretty awesome. It's a wonderful service that we're now offering, and we're just really, really happy about it. When you think about 9 million songs that this offers, it's pretty incredible, really. You can't even imagine that in physical, if you had CDs like that. So,
no, that is incredible, and they're yours to keep.
Right.
For free.
Exactly.
It's a great benefit of a library card.
Yeah. One
of the new great things that's happening. So you mentioned we kind of talked about the streaming versus downloading. Mm-hmm. That's great, 3 downloads a week. It turns over every Sunday night, I believe.
Right, that's right. And you basically can build your library collection without buying anything. And that's just it. And once you download a music file, it's yours to keep. That's what it means to download, to keep that. Streaming is you're listening to the music on a temporary basis while you're connected to the internet.
Yeah. And I've been enjoying that. I've been
Good.
getting my 3 downloads every week so
Good.
far, so that's fantastic. Now, again, you mentioned Flipster. Now, what exactly is Flipster?
Yeah, Flipster is a digital magazine lending service, and I love Flipster. It is like looking at a magazine page by page, but online on your computer. There's also applications for it, so an iOS application or Android app that you can download to your tablets. It's just another way of viewing a magazine. What I particularly like about it is magazines no longer clutter up my house. This is something I'm looking at online, and again, searching, or rather viewing it, page by page, just like I would a print magazine. I find that when I'm looking at magazines online on their website, I start to get distracted and kind of lost in the content, and I don't always think that I'm getting all of the content that's there. And when I'm looking at a magazine on Flipster, I'm just basically flipping by clicking link to link. And I do have a screenshot of Flipster to kind of show what that looks like. Again, this is a service that you access when you by using your library card. So once you access it through lewistonlibrary.org, and you log in, you click on Flipster, log in with your library card number, and this is a screen here that you'll see. You're able to search. We have a wide range of magazines. You're able to search there on the left-hand side under different, type of genre, basically, or subject, rather. You also have a nice screen picture image of the monthly magazine. With Flipster, you're able to view back issues, so I think up to a year prior. This next screen, once you've selected a magazine, this next screenshot here shows you what a page would look like in your viewing experience. On the right-hand side, you see the function of the tools there, just the arrows to go back, back or forward with the pages. And there's also the ability to look at search for it within the magazine and whatnot. It's just a really great reading experience, super user-friendly. One of my favorite features, one of my favorite magazines on it is the Food Network. I like searching for new recipes. I can print from Flipster, so I can print a recipe if I find it. And I like that, like with the HGTV magazine, where I like to look at home furnishings. If there's a cute pillow that I like in an image, and there's a link to, say, anthropology.com where that can be purchased, you can link on that, you can click on that, and then that takes you to that site. So it's really almost interactive in that way.
Yeah, it sounds, it's like your own personal magazine.
Right.
And instead of tearing out a little insert or something to mail it in, you just click one click away and you've got your new pillow or knick-knack or whatever you want.
Exactly. And we have a wide range of, I mentioned that, of this collection. Consumer Reports, Popular Mechanics, that was a page we were just looking at, was from Popular Mechanics. We got items for teens. We got 17, Ranger Rick for kids. Just a nice selection of magazines. And like I said, just a really fun way to view magazines, to not clutter up your home, and to know that this is free. This is something that's provided by the library that you can access at home. I like it, yeah.
It is a lot of fun. I kind of play with that from time to time too. Can't really help it. So you kind of mentioned briefly as well, Overdrive, digital media, books and audios. So we've had it for a little while, but why don't we remind folks?
Yeah, I just think thank you. I think it's always good to remind people of what the library offers. That's why I'm here today, and to talk about Overdrive a little bit. It's an ebook and a digital audiobook service. The catalog is, at this point in time, we have over 4,100 ebooks in the collection. Just about 2,000 digital audiobooks. It's super easy to use. We're just coming out of the holidays, and people have gotten perhaps have gotten new tablets for Christmas or computers, things like that. And so we just really want to encourage the use of Overdrive. If you got a new Amazon Kindle, you don't have to be buying the books. The library has a collection, just as we do in print. So. Super easy to use. We have instructions, can help at the library. I think our staff is all really knowledgeable and helpful in helping people get started with that service. It's just a matter of downloading the Overdrive app to whatever device they have, locating Lewiston City Library in the system, and then downloading ebooks or digital audio books. People really, really tend to enjoy it. I don't think print books are going anywhere anytime soon, but I do love that ebooks give individuals another way to read read the great books that are out there. You can't go wrong when you're going on holiday or traveling and you want to download a couple of books, and instead of packing them all up, you can have them all in that tablet.
Yeah, and especially audio. You
Yep.
know, I like to download a couple when I'm going for a long drive, say, and you can even do it remotely.
Right.
You don't have to be
Right, you don't have to be in the
in
library.
the library to access any of these materials.
Right.
That's great to
Right.
be able to do on the go.
I agree.
For the busy folks of today's world.
Yeah.
So how do you get a library card if you don't already have one?
Yes, if you don't already have a library card, any Lewiston resident is, eligible for a free library card. Come on down to the library with photo ID and proof of residency, and we'll get you set up. I think a library card in your wallet or back pocket is just a great thing to have.
Absolutely, and it's not just for the Lewiston City Library. With our library cards, we can access over 50 other libraries.
Right,
which
and yes,
is
and
a
I'm glad you
great
brought that
service.
up. Yeah, Lewiston City Library is part of a larger library consortium, Valnet, called Valnet Libraries, and what that means is that we just share resources, and that is, I think, a wonderful, wonderful thing that we're able to do and participate in for our community, because it just allows that much more access to different materials.
And so for folks who are kind of more tech savvy, a lot of what we've been talking about,
Yes.
pretty easy to use, really easy to use. But let's say, does the library offer anything for those folks who are kind of unfamiliar with computers and different software packages?
Right. Yeah. Every month, the library, we have computer classes every month, the first and third Thursday of the month. And we do a basic computer class, kind of learn those basics, get comfortable with using a computer, and particularly Windows. And then we kind of cycle through some various classes on the third Thursday of the month. So yes, there is help at the library with that, with computers if you need it. We also have a wonderful, wonderful volunteer who comes into the library on a weekly basis and provides one-on-one tutoring, computer tutor help. And that can be made with an appointment at the library, and we can get you set up. And I know our patrons have really, really enjoyed that, and that's been, we're very thankful for the volunteer and being
Absolutely.
able to give that computer help.
Absolutely. And how
Yeah.
can folks learn about what's going on at the library?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, coming down is fantastic. We want to see everyone come down if they can. But say
Right.
you're kind of busy. How do you find out what's
Right.
going on?
LewistonLibrary.org. You'll find information about the library, what's happening. We try to keep our webpage current and updated, and kind of what's happening at the library. We have a calendar of events posted there. All these services, as I mentioned, you'll find under digital media at LewistonLibrary.org. And there's so much more that I haven't even touched on at all today that's available. And then you can follow us at Lewiston City Library on Facebook, where we post events and what's happening, and sometimes cat memes and all those things.
And just so folks are aware, make sure it's Lewiston City Library,
Yes.
because there are several other Lewistons throughout the United
That's
States,
right.
and I've learned that the hard way.
Sometimes we get calls.
Yes, sometimes we do. So this is one of my favorite questions.
Yeah.
Because we're running a little low on time, but we're getting ready. So what are you currently reading as a professional librarian?
yes,
I'm
good.
always curious.
Yes.
What are you reading right now?
Thank you for asking. I do love talking about books. Last night I finished Under a Flaming Sky, The Great Hinckley Firestorm of 1894 by Daniel James Brown. Absolutely phenomenal read. It's narrative nonfiction. Daniel James Brown recently wrote, and I'm sure a lot of people are aware, Boys in the Bow, widely popular book. This book was, Under a Flaming Sky was published in 2006. And for anyone that's familiar with the author's writing, he's incredibly well researched. It's just a powerful story about a firestorm that happened in Minnesota in 1894. And just Brown creates a very vivid picture. It's certainly tragic, and many lives were lost, but just a phenomenal read. And so that's what's on my reading list right now.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Erin, it's been so great having you on the show today.
Thanks for having me, Greg.
Thanks so much for being here.
Yeah.
On behalf of our guest, ErinWallace, myself, and everyone else here, we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next time on City Beat.